Good morning students. Today we are going to cover next video, that is fifth video in a row, after understanding completely estimated government expenditure, which is divided into two: capital expenditure and revenue expenditure, and estimated budget receipts, which is divided into two: capital receipts and revenue receipts. We are understanding types of budget, which is divided into three: balanced budget, surplus budget and deficit budget. Second topic is budget deficit. So under the types of budget, we are going to focus only on deficit budget. But we must know the meaning. Balanced budget means when the government spend an amount equal to the revenue it collects. It is called balanced budget. In other words, when government estimated receipts are equal to government estimated expenditure, it is called balanced budget. And surplus budget, when tax collection exceeds the required expenditure, it is called surplus budget. Or in other words, when government receipts are more than government expenditure in the budget, it is called surplus budget. Now deficit budget, the most important one. When a government spends more than it collects by way of revenue, it is budget deficit or deficit budget. That means when government expenditure exceeds government receipts in the budget, it is called deficit budget. Now we are focusing on three types of budget deficit, because as I told you, in our syllabus we are going to cover deficit budget or budgetary deficit or budget deficit. It is of three types. First one is revenue deficit, second is fiscal deficit, and third is primary deficit. So in the form of flow chart, I have also given the formula of 3. You can note down in your registers RD, that is revenue deficit is equal to total revenue expenditure minus total revenue receipts, whereas fiscal deficit is equal to total budgetary expenditure minus total budgetary receipts excluding borrowings. It can also be interpreted in another formula, FD, that is fiscal deficit is equal to RE plus CE, revenue expenditure plus capital expenditure, that means total expenditure, minus RR, that means we are going to take total revenue receipts plus only non-debt creating capital receipts. That means here we are excluding borrowings. Is that clear? This one is very important concept. And thirdly, we are formula of PD is primary deficit is equal to FD